Hey, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm so delighted to be talking to you today, and I'm going to talk to you about coaching. Coaching is my passion. It's something I think I was born to do. And of course, because of that, I take it out of the office, I take it into my life. It's kind of become an integral part of who I am. I'm always thinking about the coaching approach. I'm always thinking about solutions. I've always been curious about my friends and about humanity in general. Loving to get right up into your business and ask you searching questions, even though I just met you on the train. But coaching allowed me to give that structure, to give that a useful way to engage with people and help them with all kinds of issues. But most importantly, it's all about getting clarity. It's all about helping you to make a decision. It's all about journeying along with you through something that maybe you find challenging. It's maybe finding a new way of showing up in the world, or maybe it's just dusting off those old dreams. Oh, I've always wanted to play the saxophone. I always wanted to travel. I've always thought I'd be great at those sorts of things. That's what coaching is about. Certainly that's what coaching is about for me. So I would like to break it down even further, because a lot of the people I talk to ask me, but what is coaching really? It depends on your context. For example, here in Kampala, Uganda, where I live and work, coaching brings to mind something that you organize for your children. When they are facing exams or in that crucial point of school, you get them a coach to support them to be the best they can. Other people think about it in a sports kind of situation. Is it a football coach? Is it a basketball coach? What is a coach in the context that I'm talking about? So, in order for us to break that down, I would like to reference a mentor of mine and take you through something that's called the 6 principles of coaching. Okay, so 6 principles of coaching. I'm going to give them to you, and then I'm going to explain them a little bit more to you. The first principle is the client is resourceful. So, myself as your coach, when you come to me, I look at you with something we call unconditional positive regard. I know you have the resources to solve whatever the issue is. You have the resources to know whether or not what your next step of action is. And my role is to support that in you, is to remind you of that, is to encourage you to look for the resourcefulness you have within you. And the other important thing about that is, of course, when the coaching is done and the coaching relationship moves on, you have the resources so you can easily continue with your chosen course of action. That's the first principle. The coach has to understand that the client is resourceful. Principle number 1, the client is resourceful. Principle number 2, it is the coach's role to support that client through resourceful questioning, skillful questioning, and challenge and support. So it's my job to support my client, to develop that client's resourcefulness through skillful questioning, challenge, and support. That's the second principle. That's all about my role. What's my job? Okay? The third principle of coaching is that the coaching and the coaching session really reflects and looks at this client as a whole person. The person they were in the past, the person they are now, and the person they want to be in the future. So the third principle of coaching addresses the whole person, the past, the present, and the future. The journey that you take with your coach is going to address you as a client, the whole of you, all of you, to make sure that that coaching, that learning, that focused learning becomes sustainable and effective in your life. What's the fourth principle? Principle number 4. Have we got to number 4? Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Principle number 4 is that the client sets the agenda. It's all about you. It's not about the coach. It's all about your agenda. It's all about your pace. It's all about your priorities. It is to unlock your potential as defined by you and as supported by me as a coach to get you there. So it's very important to bear that principle in mind. Number 4, it is the client's agenda. What is the 5th principle? Principle number 5, the coach and the client are equals. I think I mentioned this at the beginning when we started to think about what does coaching mean? It's the coach and the client together. The coach with the client together, getting to that next destination and enjoying the journey as we go as equals. Coaches are not there to advise you. Again, that difference between coaching and mentoring. Coach and client are equal. A mentor and a mentee might have a slightly different relationship. Generally, the mentor has more experience, so they're not necessarily on an equal level. But a coach and a client are equals. That's very important to bear in mind. And what's our last principle? Principle number 6. I think this is the crux of the matter. And this is really where we understand, both as a coach and a client, whether coaching is the perfect fit for you. Coaching is about change and action. If there's no change, if you haven't taken any action, then maybe coaching is not for you. Coaching is a process that takes you forward. You need to be willing to change. You need to identify what needs to change. And more importantly, together we identify what are the best steps to take. What action can you take? And how do we keep you on track and accountable so that you do see change? The last principle, principle number 6, coaching is about change and action. And as a coach, I find these 6 principles super helpful. I find they give me structure as a coach, and they also give reassurance to the client about what to expect in this relationship. What are they going to get out of this relationship? Why choose coaching over maybe a training course, over maybe a mentorship program? Why coaching? Coaching is all about you as the client. You are resourceful. It's my job to steer you through, to skillfully question, challenge, and support you to reach that potential that you have defined. Coaching is all about looking at you as a whole person, the past, the present, and the future, making sure we address all those components and give you that sustainable, effective understanding of yourself and where it is you'd like to go. What else is coaching about? Coaching is about you as the client setting the agenda. It is you to lead where you want to go, to discover, to unravel, to reveal new parts of yourself, to have new thoughts and to take up new pathways of action towards your goal. The coach and the client are equal. That has to be remembered. It's not about coming into your coach and saying, "Coach, what shall I do next? Coach, you know better than me. Tell me what to do." No, we're equal in this journey, and it's about our exchange and our conversation that we build up, the relationship, the trust that we build up as equals on this journey. And finally, it's all about the change. It's all about change and action. Whether it's uncomfortable, whether it's something you've tried many, many times to do, it's still about change and action. Okay, those are my 6 principles.